Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm quite happy to say a few words about my momentum journey. These two pictures are basically 1 year apart. I started in February 2014, and this is exactly 1 year later in January. So basically also that is 10 months after the completion of the project. A little bit about myself. When I started, I was 45 years old. I had a very busy lifestyle. I was traveling. During travel, you are being fed in the airline or in the airplane, and during dinners with your customers and so on and so forth. My BMI was 26.5, which was not obese. It was at the edge of overweight. A little bit what Cheryl said was like, for me, the intention was not, I wasn't in danger of being like a heart attack, but I felt that I wanted to lose some weight. My body fat was about 27%. And one extra, let's call it a complication, in my case, of type 1 diabetes. We've talked a little bit about diabetes. Today, you guys know there is type 1, type 2. Type 1 is a genetic defect, which basically hits you in your early ages, mostly before 20. I got it with age 18. So all of type 1 diabetes is a complete loss of insulin. You treat it with insulin. There is no other way with tablets to do. However, my diabetes was pretty much under control. I was not kind of a very risky patient. There is a way to measure the long-term diabetes, which with a factor which is called HbA1c, which is basically the long-term sticking of sugar cells to hemoglobin, which can be measured over a 3-month period. So 6.2 was good for a diabetic person, but it was definitely not as a normal person, which would be somewhere down in the range of 5. One typical thing for diabetes people is, for insulin diabetes people, is a psychology thing. Once you want to eat more, you just inject more insulin. As long as you kind of can try and get this balance game right, you can just eat a piece of chocolate or sugar, fruity thingy, and just inject more insulin. And that is kind of what a lot of people do. However, it tends to, it should be the reverse. You should stick to your diet and adjust your insulin level according to it, not the other way around. I also took, which is also typical for a lot of people with diabetes, for long-term preventive measure, you take drugs against hypertension and cholesterol to prevent long-term, or to rather exclude long-term effect. And I did, in previous ways, similar like Chris, I tried seriously to lose weight, not by diets, but by fitness trainers. So I had periods of years where I went to gym with a personal trainer and still unsuccessful to lose weight. So during my momentum diet, I started, as I said, beginning of 2014, and I had 2 worries. One was my insulin management, because I knew if I'm going to cut carbohydrates, my insulin demand is going down. So how to manage that? And secondly, how to adjust my traveling schedule with this diet, similar to referring to what Chris said. So there was no unmanageable situation. My insulin levels I would easily adjust as my diet kicked in. As long as you're a little bit aware of what's going on in your body, you can do. And also, similar like Chris, I did not experience any crazy carvings for food. I actually also enjoyed preparing my food for the office next day, and I really didn't have any serious problems with going through the phases. Motivation is important. It came through the momentum team and also to other people who did the diet at the same time as me. So there was 2 other guys, 2 other friends who also signed up at the same time, and we kept on motivating each other. So that's also an important factor. And as said, mentioned before, the biggest challenge was actually to cut away with strictly no alcohol for 4 weeks. So that is the biggest one. And if this is the biggest one, it's doable. So that is the message. These are my charts. Basically, this is a 2-month period which I've measured during the diet. The blue line is my weight loss, which I got down from 75 to 67 kg. It's basically minus 10%. Body fat got down from 27 to 16%. And my waist, 85 to 79 centimeters. So all of it is what the program promised, was achieved, and was done. So now after the diet, I'm 67 kg. I have a normal BMI, or I'm in the range of a normal healthy person. Body fat at 16-17%. Another thing which was similar to what was mentioned before, my insulin amount or my insulin demand is less, about 30%, mostly because I'm eating less carbs. But also my body, less fat, you need less insulin because it's better, the absorption is better. My HbA1c, which is the long-term measurement, or the long-term measurement for the control of diabetes, got down to 5.3. And my doctor in Germany didn't believe it when he saw the rates, because that is basically what pretty much a healthy person could have without any diabetes. I don't have yo-yo effect. I'm still at the same weight, and what makes me feel confident is now I have so much awareness about my food intake. If I say I want to lose 1 kilo, I can do it in a few days. I know exactly what to eat, what not to eat, how to behave to actually control your weight. You will have a much greater awareness about what food results in increase. And in general, I think most people who have done the diet, it's basically less carbohydrates than before. Too similar what was said before. And I have stopped some of my bad habits. Some of the habits I had was nibbling in between the meals, which I didn't need anymore. Also, same as Chris said, I'm not going to eat what the airlines put me on the plate. Yeah, so I'm not injecting insulin to actually have another piece of cake anymore. So for me, the program was perfect. Thanks a lot.